So we are at Callan for Kids. We are at stage 4, page 291. Okay, and our last headword was bath, new word type of lesson. Okay, so let's start with our revision. Let me just scroll down. Okay, here we go. First question. What words can we use instead of anybody, somebody, and nobody? What words can we use instead of anybody, somebody, and nobody? Instead of anybody, somebody, and nobody, we can use anyone, someone, and no one. Does anyone in your family speak English better than you? Does anyone in your family speak English better than you? Yes, someone in my family speaks better English than me. Who? Who? My parents. Who's eating sweets in this room? Who's eating sweets in this room? No one's eating sweets in this room. Very good. Why do families go on holiday together? Why do families go on holiday together? Families go on holiday together to have fun. Why do I correct your mistakes during the lesson? Why do I correct your mistakes during the lesson? You correct my mistakes during the lesson to help me speak English well. Do cats often climb trees to look for birds? Do cats often climb trees to look for birds? Yes, cats often climb trees to look for birds. Where can we go to see animals like lions and tigers? Where can we go to see animals like lions and tigers? We can go to the zoo to see animals like lions and tigers. Is it raining outside now? Is it raining outside now? Yes or no? No, it isn't raining outside now. Do you like going out on rainy days? Do you like going out on rainy days? No, I don't like going out on rainy days. When it rains, what do we cover our heads with? When it rains, what do we cover our heads with? When it rains, we cover our heads with a hat or an umbrella. What can we do in a park on a windy day? What can we do on a park on a windy day? We can fly kites in the park on a windy day. In very cold weather, does it rain or snow? In very cold weather, does it rain or snow? In very cold weather, it snows. What color snow? What color snow? Snows white. Name two things children love making from snow. Name two things children love making from snow, please. Two things children love making from snow are snowmen and snowballs. Do you know how to make a snowman? Do you know how to make a snowman? Yes or no? Yes, I know how to make a snowman. Tell me please. You make a big snowball for the body and a small snowball for the head. You put the small snowball on the top of a big snowball. You can make a pair of eyes from two stones, a nose from a carrot, and a mouth from some small stones. The snowman can wear a hat and scarf, etc. Very good. Okay, what does the word simple mean? What does the word simple mean? The word simple means easy. Is it simple to make a bowl of cereal? Is it simple to make a bowl of cereal? Yes, it's simple to make a bowl of cereal. What do you do?
cereal.
What do you do? You put the
What
cereal
do you do?
in a bowl and then you cover the cereal with milk.
Cereal.
Very
Milk.
good. Have you got an email address? Have you got an email address? No, I haven't got an email address. Do you chat with your friends on the internet? Do you chat with your friends on the internet? Yes, I chat with my friends on the internet. What's your favorite website? What's your favorite website? My favorite website is YouTube. Why is it good? Why is it good? It's good because there's a lot of videos. Videos. Very good. Okay. Which of these words always has a capital letter? Which of these words always has capital letters? Of those words, the word I always have a capital letter. In this sentence, which words starts with a capital letter? John goes to Spain for his holiday in August. And which in this sentence, which word starts with a capital letter? John goes to Spain for his holiday in August. In that sentence, John, Spain, and August starts with a capital letter. Starts with a capital letter. Very good. And which word starts with a capital letter in this sentence? They study maths on Wednesday and English at the weekend. And which starts with a capital letter in this sentence? They study math on Wednesday and English at the weekend. In that sentence, they, Wednesday, and English starts with a capital letter. Very good. Do fish need water to live? Do fish need water to live? Yes, fish need water to live. If you want to make a big sand castle, where do you need to go? If you want to make a big sand castle, where do you need to go? If I want to make a big sand castle, I need to go to the beach. Do you need to ask your parents when you want to use the internet? Do you need to ask your parents when you want to use the internet? Yes, I need to ask my parents when I want to use the internet. Okay, is a tortoise a quick animal? Is a tortoise a quick animal? No, a tortoise isn't a quick animal. It's a very slow animal. Which is quicker, a bird or a plane? Which is quicker, a bird or a plane? A plane is quicker than a bird. Do you speak Japanese slower than you speak English? Do you speak Japanese slower than you speak English? No, I don't speak Japanese slower than I speak English. Okay, everybody stand up, please. Is everybody in this room standing? Is everybody in this room standing? Yes, everybody in this room is standing. Everybody sit down. Everybody sit down, please. Is everybody sitting now? No, not everybody is sitting now. We're sitting, but you're standing. Okay, is everything in this room the same color? Is everything in this room the same color? No, not everything in this room is the same color. Some things are red and some things are blue green, etc.
true,
Does it snow everywhere in the world? Does it snow everywhere in the world? No, it doesn't snow everywhere in the world. In some places it snows, and in some places it doesn't snow.
no,
Snow.
true,
Very good. What's a forest? What's a forest? A forest is a part of the countryside with lots of trees everywhere. Name some animals that live in forest. Name some animals that live in forest, please. Some animals that live in forest are bears, birds, snakes, etc.
birds, snakes,
What time do you arrive at school every morning?
but
What time do you arrive at school every morning? I arrive at school at 9
so
a.m. every morning.
not married.
Who's generally the first person to arrive in the classroom? Who's generally the first person to arrive in the classroom? The teacher is generally
The
the
teacher
first person
is generally in person
to arrive in the
to
classroom.
arrive in classroom.
What time do you arrive home after your English lesson? What time do you arrive home after your English lesson? I arrive home at 10 a.m. after my English lesson.
Semi English lesson.
Which do we use to play tennis with, a racket or a bat? Which do we use to play a tennis with, a racket or a bat? We use a racket to play tennis with. What do we do with the racket? What do we do with the racket? We hit the ball with the racket. In which sport do we use a small bat to hit the ball? In which sport do we use a small bat to hit the ball? We use a small bat
We use and small glass
to hit the ball
to
in
hit the
table
ball
tennis.
in table tennis.
Very good. Okay, that's the end of our revision. Let's have new word. Okay, repeat. Wet,
Eat the wet,
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 dry,
dry,
towel,
vegetable,
towel,
towel,
towel.
towel,
Very good. Okay, listen. Fish are always wet because they live in water. The opposite of wet is dry. After swimming, we use a towel to dry our bodies. Let's practice. Why are fish always wet? Why are fish always wet? Fish are always wet because they live in water. What's the opposite of wet? What's the opposite of wet? The opposite of wet is dry. After swimming, what do we use to dry our bodies? After swimming, what do we use to dry our bodies? After swimming, we use a towel to dry our bodies. Which is the dirtiest season of the year? Which is the driest season of the year? Summer is the driest season of the year. Okay, so now let's talk about the verb be in the past tense. Okay, repeat was, were, past tense. Okay, listen, now I'm in the classroom, but yesterday I was in the classroom. Now is the present, yesterday is the past. Okay, let's have present tense. Okay, repeat singular,
Singular,
plural.
plural,
Very good. Okay, listen. Here we see Kate, Charlie, and Dan now in the present, and yesterday afternoon in the past. Okay, repeat ago, ago. Okay, listen. I was here 2 weeks ago. I was 20 years old 10 years ago. Let's
Go.
practice. Are you in the classroom at the moment? Are you in the classroom at the moment? Yes, I'm in the classroom at the moment. Were you in the classroom last lesson? Were you in the classroom last lesson? Yes, I was in the classroom
I was
last lesson.
in the first grade. I was
How
dressing.
old were you 3 years ago? How old were you
When
3 years ago? I
I
was
was 1 years old, I was
how many? 4 years old.
4 years
3 years
old.
ago.
3 years
Was
old.
I here 4 weeks ago? Was I here 4 weeks ago? Yes, you were here four
You
weeks ago.
know
What day
me.
was it yesterday? What day was it yesterday? It was Tuesday yesterday. Were we in this room last week? Were we in this room last week? Yes, we were in this room last week.
In this room last week.
Were they here 2 lessons ago? Were they here 2 lessons ago? Yes,
This
they were
is
here two
two
lessons ago.
years.
Who was Kate with yesterday afternoon? Who was Kate with yesterday afternoon? Kate was with
It
Sophie
was
yesterday afternoon.
yesterday
Where were
afternoon.
Charlie and Dan yesterday afternoon? Where were Charlie and Dan yesterday afternoon? Charlie and Dan were
Charlie
at a
then
party
at
yesterday
the
afternoon.
party yesterday
What
noon.
was your favorite toy when you were very small? What was your
Your
favorite
favorite
toy when you
song?
were very small? My
Your
favorite
favorite
toy
song?
when I
My
was
favorite
very
song
small was a robot.
was
Very good. Next, repeat. Road, road, street.
Road.
Very good. Okay, listen.
The word
Cars drive
is
on roads and streets. Roads are generally in the countryside and they go from one town to another town.
and the
Streets, on the other hand, are in a town and they generally have shops in them.
January
Let's practice. Is the road between there and town long? Is the road between there and Tokyo long? Yes, the road between here and Tokyo is long. Which generally has shops in it, a road or a street? Which generally has shops in it, a road or a street? A street generally has shops in it, shops in it. Do you live in a road or a street? Do you live in a road or a street? I live in a street. Very good. Which is noisier, a road in the countryside or a busy street in town? Which is noisier, a road in the countryside or a busy street in town? A busy street in town is noisier than a road in the countryside. Very good. Next, repeat. Center. Center. Okay, listen. Another word for middle is center. Let's practice. What's another word for middle? What's another word for middle? Another word for middle is center. Stand in the center of the room. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm standing in the center of the room. Of the room. Okay, let's repeat happen. Oh dear.
Oh dear,
Oh dear.
dear.
Okay, listen. When something funny happens, people laugh. When
People
something bad happens, people sometimes say, oh dear. Okay, let's
dear.
practice. What happens at the end of the day at school? What happens at the end of the day at school? At the end of the day
Happy end of the
at school,
day.
all
All
children go home.
children go
Go
home.
home. Very good. When something funny happens, what do people do? When something funny happens, what do people do? When something
People do
funny happens,
Holy
People laugh.
husband, people laugh.
When something bad happens, what do people sometimes say? When something bad happens, what do people sometimes say? When something bad happens, people sometimes say, oh dear. What happens when traffic lights change from green to red? What happens when traffic lights change from green to red? When traffic lights change from green to red, all the cars stop moving.
That's the
Okay, very good.
way
Okay, so now let's move on to reading. So our reading is at stage 2, paragraph page 140. Okay, and the last headword was must. Okay, so let's start. Here we go. When we're hungry, what must we do? When we're hungry, we must eat some food. And what must we do when we're thirsty? We must drink when we're thirsty. Must we wash our hands when they're very dirty or when they're very clean? Must we wash our hands when they're very dirty or when they're very clean? We must wash our hands when they're very dirty. What must you have if you want to buy something in a shop? What must you have if you want to buy something in a shop? I must have some money if I want to buy something in a shop. Is it right to say we're speaking English at the moment? No, it isn't right to say we're speak English at the moment. What must we say? We must say we're speaking English at the moment. Very good. Next, make, sandwich, juice. Must we have bread to make a sandwich? Yes, we must have bread to make a sandwich. Can we make juice from apples and oranges? Yes, we can make juice from apples and oranges. Can you make a hat from a piece of paper? Yes, I can make a hat from a piece of paper. How many seconds make a minute? 60 seconds make a minute. How many days make a week? 7 days make a week. Okay, next, adjective. Is the word dog an adjective? No, the word dog isn't an adjective. It's a noun. This is a black dog. Is the word black an adjective? Yes, the word black is an adjective. What does an adjective do? An adjective tells us about a noun. Which adjective can tell us about the mouse? The adjective small and brown can tell us about the mouse. Which word is the adjective in this sentence? The hungry man is eating cheese. The word hungry is the adjective in that sentence. Which is right to say, a dog large or a large dog? Which is it right to say, a dog large or a large dog? It's right to say, a large dog. Very good. What am I doing? You're carrying your chair to the window. Do you think you can carry this table on your back? No, I don't think I can carry that table on my back.